going on, guys? Cole here with Nick.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And we actually took a road trip up to New York today. So we're just taking a stroll here, making sure that the intercooler piping is working out well and the intercooler itself. And so far, no boost leak, no popped off hoses or couplings or anything. So everything's good so far. And I will say the throttle response is amazing now. It is so much more fun to drive, especially under that high boost. Oh man.
How many pounds of boost are you getting out at, like, almost max?
With the Cobb Stage 2 tune, I'm peaking out at 21 pounds.
That's awesome. That is really awesome.
Yeah, so it's pretty awesome. We're having a lot of fun with it. The build is definitely on its way. More to come, obviously. And that's actually what this video is about today. We actually are, Nick and I have been collaborating for quite a while now on what should come next on the build. And we both have come to a conclusion. We'd like to put a new catback exhaust on the car to give it a better note. Because personally, I'm a sound guy, so this is something that is very, very important to me. And we're collaborating on probably like 5 different exhausts, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say it's about 5.
And we're going to go over each of them and the pros and cons. But guys, if you have any input on any of these exhausts, go ahead and throw that in the comments below, because we want to hear from you. You know, you guys are important to us, and we want to keep the content rolling, but we also want to hear from you. Communication with our viewers is huge, and honestly, you guys have been great so far. We actually had our one video hit over 1,000 views the other day, which is crazy. You know, we never would have thought when we started doing this that we would hit anywhere near that.
I didn't think we were. Like, and the fact that it happened in almost 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks it happened, and that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's been really awesome, guys, and we're definitely going to keep the content rolling. I should have went there. But we're stopping at a toll booth, so this could pause. Alright guys, now that we're through that toll booth and we can focus more on the video again, we are on our way back home, and we're going to collaborate on a few different exhausts. So we'll start now.
At 65.
But the first one that we'll talk about is the, wasn't the OBX, it was the DC exhaust. It's DC Sports, and it's about 580 bucks for the catback. It's got a 3-inch all the way through, so
which is nice.
It is definitely nice, but there's a big but with this one. To me, the videos that we watched, it seemed really quiet. What did you think?
Yeah, I didn't. It was almost like you take stock and then you take a DC Sports exhaust, and it was almost, there was not a lot of comparison to be done because they almost sounded the same. Like, yeah, whenever you get on it, it would like sound good, but as soon as you let off, it went right back to a stock sounding, and I really didn't care for that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's better options rather than that.
Yeah, to me, I mean, it would be nice because it is quieter, and it's 3-inch, so it's set up and it's ready for turbo back when I decide to go that route. But I also want to enjoy it. That's a big thing. You know, recording for you guys is huge, and it's a big part of my thought process in choosing an exhaust. However, I'm just not sure that it would appeal to me really, but the price is right. Absolutely, 100%. I would not mind spending that amount.
Right.
But to me, I don't think it's the right one. But the next choice that is on the list is the Turbo XS. Now this one's pretty cool. This is a 3-inch all the way through, and it has a really nice sound. I enjoy the sound of it for sure. It's about $600 for the catback section. However, I did see that for around $1,000, you can get the downpipe and high flow cat thrown in with the combo. So for $1,000, that's not bad to set up a full turbo back.
Right.
However, it did sound pretty loud. It's grumbly and it backfires, which is really nice. But I don't know if it's going to drone or not. What do you think it would drone?
I don't know, because whenever I was listening to it, it was, and I believe it was the one where they had put the GoPro on the back bumper and just ran with it. But it was rather quiet, except starting out. When you started out on it with just the low boost and just going through the gears, it sounded actually quite well. It didn't do too bad, but again, a big but. I just didn't, for the price, it just didn't seem like it was something that you could enjoy. Like, you get it, and it wouldn't be like a joyful thing.
Which makes sense. For $600, you want it to be something that's right. And I also want to be able to record for you guys. That's a huge part of it. If it's droning really loud, it's not going to work out.
I agree.
And I don't want the content to stop because it's too loud. And I think if I did choose this one, we definitely would have to do something to the interior, which would be, we would dynamite the inside of the car, you know, the panels and the doors and the carpeting and all of that. It'd be a big pain to do it, but
it would sound a little bit better after we had done it.
It definitely would sound better.
We wouldn't have to yell while we're recording.
Yeah. I don't want to have to look at Nick and be like, hey, can you hear me? But, yeah. So, if push comes to shove, we'll dynamite the inside of the car. We'll make sure that the content keeps coming. But if we can avoid that project, I would definitely be happy. I would not mind if we don't do it.
Right. No, I understand.
But that one's not high up on my list on which exhaust to choose. So probably, I would say that's probably right around in 4th place, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
But our next one, which I actually know someone who has this exhaust, it's the Ultimate Racing catback. My buddy, the Snides. If you guys aren't following his channel, he's actually got a Ralliart as well, and he has an Ultimate Racing axle back on his. And if you watch his recordings, it sounds really good. It's not really loud. You can hear the burble in the background, but it's not overwhelming. However, his is only an axle back, where I would go catback, which the mid pipe itself is very loud. It definitely is. It frees up the exhaust quite a bit, which makes it much louder in the scheme of things.
Right.
So it could potentially be much louder, but based off a video that we've watched, I think it sounds really good. It's grumbly, it backfires, but it's not too crazy. And all in all, I think it'd be a pretty good choice. And it is right around $800, which that to me is kind of steep. Not really comparatively to like Cobb or, you know, Nvidia or something of that nature.
Right.
But it is a little bit more than what I was looking to spend. What are your thoughts on the Ultimate Racing?
The Ultimate Racing, is definitely a top 3 for me. The whole, as soon as you start it up, like it gets that like it just like a nice grumble to it. It's not super loud, but it's not like super like obnoxious either. But it's, I don't know how to put it. It's when you're I don't know, pushing on it with the revs and whatnot, it does sound good. There is no backfire, but whenever it's coming down off the revs, there is a little bit of flutter from the turbo, like spooling down. Like it does sound good.
And I agree. It's definitely a top 3 contender for me as well. I'm having a really tough time with this one because I want it to be the perfect one, and it's a tough choice, especially in the top 3 to choose from. I'm having a hard time with it, but I'm hoping that you guys comment and let me know what you think, because I am struggling with it a little bit, and I would appreciate some feedback on what to do if you guys know, like if you guys have experience with these with the Ralliart, or even just the exhaust in general, the type that we're talking about, or even if you have one that we haven't gone over.
The only thing that worries me with it is there'd be a lot of drone with it.
There is a big potential of drone, but like we said, if we have to dynamite the car, we will.
Right.
I'm hoping not, because it's not going to be fun. But if we have to, we'll do it. But other than that, I mean, it's definitely a good choice.
It is.
All right, we'll move on to number 2. I'm looking at a Magnaflow exhaust, which to me, that one sounds very quiet overall. It's not super crazy loud, and it's fairly, I mean, it has a good rumble to it when you get on it, but realistically it's not too crazy sounding, which I do like a lot. However, I have been on the forums and I've been talking with people on my Ralliart Facebook page, and they did say that sometimes it does drone on the highway. So 65 plus miles an hour, you have a good potential of drone, which kind of sucks. That's something that we're trying to avoid,
right.
Desperately avoid, because we, sometimes we do just, go on road trips and talk, and that's not going to be fun. That's going to be annoying.
Right, especially having to speak up over it, like, hey, can you hear me? Like, just all that.
But that one actually was $720. So, I mean, it's in between right about where I want to spend. I don't want to spend much more than that. The Ultimate Racing actually probably would be the most expensive that I would go. But I really, $720 MSRP, that's not too terrible. And if we did decide to get that one, it wouldn't be, destroying the bank account,
Right.
But I'm not sure that it's going to have the right appeal for what we're doing. And the content needs to continue. We really don't want to ruin it for you guys by getting one that's really droney. It's not, drone is just, it's an irritating thing. We don't want it. So it's kind of a tough choice at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Magnaflow could be good, but it could be really bad as well.
Right. With that whole drone, because we don't know what's going to happen with that.
Yeah, we have no idea. But honestly, it's a good choice. It's in my top 3 right now. I probably actually would put it as my number 3 choice. Ultimate Racing being my number 2 choice.
Right.
And lastly, this one, it very, very possibly could be the one that I choose. I like it a lot. It is the Borla S-type for the Ralliart. Borla has always been known to be a really good exhaust. And to me, this one sounds like a mean V8. And it's a 4-cylinder, which makes it really crazy.
I really do agree with that.
It sounds amazing. All in all, you know, I mean, the price is definitely right. I think it's about $670.
Yeah, it's just shy under $700, something like that.
And the nice thing about this one is it doesn't have mufflers. It has one mini muffler and then a resonator, and that's it. And the tips are huge. They're like, I think, weren't they five? They're either 4 or 5 inches.
Like in between 4 and 5 inch tips. Like you could fit your fist in, and like almost like the Focus RS, where you can fit your fist in and almost move around.
But honestly, it sounds really good. But there's always a but when it comes to these things, and the but with this exhaust is the diameter of the piping is 2.25 inches instead of 3 inches all the way back.
Oh.
Which really sucks, because if I go turbo back,
Panamera.
I saw that. If I go turbo back, and I want to do the Cobb Stage 3 tune, I'm going to need 3-inch all the way back, which could be a problem for us in the future.
Right.
And I'm not sure I want to take that step with the Borla and then next year sell it and get something else. I'm just not sure if I really want to do that. And I mean, worst comes to worst, we could definitely make it happen. We could figure out another way, whether it be going to an actual tuner instead of using the Cobb tune, or something else. But I really do enjoy the Borla. The Borla is known for race. Like, when you think of well-known race exhaust companies, Borla is probably the first one that comes to your mind.
Right. That's how I think of it. Like, if you really want a good sound, you get the backfire, you get the rumble, you get the grumble, everything like that. Borla is what I think of.
And honestly, it's definitely in my top 2. It very well could be the choice that I make. And I think that the sound that it makes, it's not going to drone really bad on the highway. And I think we'll also be able to still do car talks in the cabin of the car without worrying about massive amounts of sound either.
Right.
So it's definitely a good choice. I mean, what do you think? What would be your top choice?
My top choice, honestly, it's going to be between the Borla and the Ultimate Racing. That's what I would do the most. And I'm kind of torn between both of them. Like, it's the Borla, I know it's going to give a good sound, but also with that Ultimate Racing, when it's coming off of the revs, it has that flutter. I didn't notice that with the Borla, but either way, but the Ultimate Racing is more expensive than the Borla. You're paying maybe a little bit more than $100 more with the Ultimate Racing. That's why I'd rather have the Borla.
So, sound and cost, I think we're going to go with the Borla, but I would like you guys to comment if you guys are, watching this, just because your opinion matters too, and we want to hear from you. So go ahead and throw us some comments. Let us know what you think. It's still up in the air a little bit. You could definitely sway me with a couple of good comments with reasons why, and I will reply to you guys. I'm not going to just read it and be done with it. So,
right.
But guys, that's pretty much all we have for you today. This project is going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. I'm getting very close to the process of actually ordering the exhaust. So I want to hear from you guys. But that's pretty much all we have for you guys today. If you did enjoy this video, throw us a like. If you really enjoyed it, throw us a share. If if you're interested in watching our build grow with this car, you know, subscribe to us. We're, you know, this is just the beginning. There's so much more that's going on with this channel. It's not just the car. You know, we are doing car reviews, and we really do want to hear from you. So, other than that though, as always guys, have a great day.
Have a good one, guys, and be safe.